What if two foods sitting in your kitchen right now could start unclogging your arteries, and your doctor never mentioned either of them? Garlic and olive oil. And if you start eating them daily, here is exactly what will happen inside your body. Day by day, week by week. This is not a supplement. This is not a drug. This is food backed by science. And your arteries will respond to it faster than you think. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what arterial plaque is doing inside you right now, what garlic and olive oil do to stop it, and how to use them correctly to see real results. A quick note: if you are on cholesterol medication right now, do not stop it. This information is meant to work alongside your doctor, not replace them. Now, let's start with what is actually happening inside your arteries before you change anything. Right now, every time LDL cholesterol travels through your bloodstream, some of those particles are getting damaged by free radicals, a process called oxidation. Your immune system sees that oxidized as a foreign threat. It sends white blood cells to attack it, but those cells get trapped inside your artery wall. Those trapped cells fill up with fat and turn into what scientists call foam cells. And foam cells are the very first building blocks of arterial plaque. Over years, those fatty streaks harden, narrow your artery, reduce blood flow, and quietly raise your risk of heart attack and stroke. So the real target is not just lowering your cholesterol number. The real target is stopping LDL from oxidizing in the first place. And that is exactly what happens when you start eating garlic and olive oil every single day. The moment you crush raw garlic, an reaction begins. Within seconds, it produces allicin, one of the most potent antioxidants found in food. When allicin enters your bloodstream, it travels directly to the artery wall and begins neutralizing the free radicals responsible for oxidizing your LDL. Studies show this reduces the rate at which your LDL gets oxidized, which means fewer foam cells forming and less raw material for new plaque to build from. Garlic also signals your liver to produce slightly less LDL overall, giving your arteries a double layer of protection from two different angles. But here is the part most people get wrong, and it will determine whether any of this works for you or not. Allicin is destroyed by heat within minutes of cooking. If you fry, roast, or microwave it, you lose almost all of the benefit. Crush your garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes. That activates the enzyme fully. Then, add it at the very end. That is how you get the full benefit. Now here is what happens when extra virgin olive oil enters your body. It is carrying compounds called polyphenols, specifically oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol, and these are about to do something powerful. Oleocanthal works like a natural anti-inflammatory. It suppresses the same inflammatory pathway as ibuprofen, which is significant because inflammation is what accelerates plaque formation. Hydroxytyrosol acts like a bodyguard. It wraps around your LDL particles, making them resistant to oxidative damage. This stops the plaque process. Research from Mediterranean diet studies consistently shows that people who consume extra virgin olive oil daily have significantly lower markers of arterial inflammation compared to other diets. It's a simple, powerful change. And this is critical. You need to use the right kind of oil. Refined olive oil or anything in a clear plastic bottle has had those polyphenols removed during processing. 2 tablespoons daily of verified extra virgin olive oil, raw, as a dressing, or added after cooking, is enough to move the needle. Here is what will actually happen inside your body if you commit to both foods every single day for 30 days. This is where it gets specific. Days 1 through 3, nothing dramatic on the outside. But inside, allicin and polyphenols are already entering your bloodstream and beginning to reduce oxidative activity. By the end of week 1, your inflammatory markers, like CRP, may begin to trend downward. You probably won't feel this, but it is measurable in a blood test. Welcome to week 2. Your liver has now been exposed to allicin consistently enough to begin adjusting its LDL output. Small shifts, but the direction is the right one. Some people begin noticing less bloating and slightly improved digestion around this point. Garlic has prebiotic properties that start feeding beneficial gut bacteria. Week 3. This is where the compounding effect begins. Your LDL is less oxidized, your inflammation is lower, and fewer new foam cells are forming in your artery wall. Your artery walls also begin showing improved endothelial function, meaning the lining of your blood vessels becomes better at relaxing and flexing with blood flow. Week 4. If you have been consistent, your lipid panel will likely reflect a measurable shift, modest but real, and in the direction the science predicts. By day 30, the cumulative antioxidant load your arteries have experienced is fundamentally different from what they faced a month ago. Your arterial environment has changed. Let's talk about what the research actually says you can expect to see in your blood work, because this matters. A meta-analysis found an average LDL reduction of around 10 milligrams after 8 to 12 weeks of consistent intake. Trials show olive oil polyphenols reduce oxidized LDL specifically, not just total LDL, which is the number that actually predicts cardiovascular risk more accurately. In 30 days, you are not going to reverse years of plaque buildup, but you can measurably change the rate at which new plaque forms, and that is the real goal. Think of it like this. Statins block your liver from producing cholesterol. These foods stop the damage that makes cholesterol dangerous. They are working at different points in the same chain. That is why some researchers argue these foods do not replace statins. They address something statins do not. Let's look at the exact daily protocol the research supports. Step 1. 1 raw garlic clove, crushed and rested for 10 minutes, every single morning. You can eat it straight, put it on toast with lemon juice, or mix it into a raw salad dressing. What you cannot do is cook it and expect the same result. Step 2. 2 tablespoons of verified extra virgin olive oil. Drizzle it on your salad, your vegetables, or even just dip bread into it. Never fry with it above its smoke point. Check the label before you buy. Look for extra virgin, cold pressed, and ideally a harvest date. Fresher oil means more intact polyphenols. If you are on blood thinners like warfarin, speak to your doctor first. Garlic has a mild anticoagulant effect, which means it can amplify the medication. For everyone else, this is one of the lowest risk, lowest cost cardiovascular interventions that has real mechanistic science behind it. Most cardiovascular advice focuses on what to remove from your diet. Cut the fat, cut the sodium, cut the red meat. This is about what to add. And that distinction matters because adding 2 powerful antioxidant foods daily is something most people can actually sustain, unlike restrictive elimination diets. The compounding effect is what makes this powerful. 1 day of garlic does almost nothing. 30 consistent days creates a fundamentally different oxidative environment in your arteries. Your arteries are not a snapshot. They are a long-term reflection of what you expose them to every single day. These 2 foods move that average consistently and measurably. If this changed how you think about your plate, drop a comment below. Tell me, are you going to try the 30-day garlic and olive oil protocol? I will be reading every single one. And subscribe, because next video, I am covering the 3rd food that researchers say may be even more powerful than these 2. You do not want to miss it.